welcome along and welcome to this early access first look at the premium expansion DLC for Farming Simulator 22. We're here in the brand new map for this DLC. This is the Zalonka map. We're not going to be having a tour around the map in this video. There is a video coming from me later, which is a full tour of this map. Instead, I thought we'd start off with having a look at some of my favorite features in this DLC and giving you guys a general overview of what is included in it. So to that end, I'm going to start off by popping into the shop, and here in the mods and DLCs we're going to have a look at all of the equipment that is in the premium expansion. Now, I'm not going to go through every piece of equipment in here. There is a whopping 37 new pieces of equipment that are included in this DLC. And some of my favorites are this 1984 pickup truck. I really like this. This must be based on a Volkswagen pickup, I think, and is just a really great piece of kit. Lots of configuration for colors and everything on this, but yeah, this is great, with a nice big flatbed on it as well for carrying pallets of vegetables. We've also got this really lovely Fiat tractor, and unlike a lot of classic tractors that we've had previously in Farm Sim, this does have different engine sizes, coming in both the 160 and 180 configuration. Lots of options on this one as well. We also have a couple of new weeders, which I really like. They are not overly expensive or overly high on the horsepower, although they are weeders and not hose, which if you're doing direct seeding, of course, you're going to be looking for hose. But these are really nice as well. The other thing that's great in here is we've got a whole range of new cultivators and disc harrows and seeders in here as well. Loads from Una and loads from Farmit as well. We've also got a new range of sprayers from ArkAngil. Those are really cool too, and I love the lower one. The lower one is 8,000 liters, not overly expensive compared to some sprayers in the game, and just is a great sprayer to have in here. We then get into the meat of the vegetable crop, in that we've got a ridger here, and I'm going to demonstrate this ridger in a minute. This to me is one of the stars of this DLC. What this does and the effect this has is absolutely brilliant. We've also got several other bits for planting them. So we've got two sets of ridges. We've got two planters for the new crops, the red beet, the carrots, and the parsnips. And then we have a whole range of harvesters as well, and we have got quite a few harvesters here, right down from this single row one here in the P3CL Profi, up to double one here in the GKIIS, and then we've got the big self-propelled one here in the ZKIVSE, which is a really cool piece of equipment, and we're going to demonstrate this in a little while. This doesn't have any options on it, but is a beast of machine. I've had a few people asking what the price of this was going to be, and it is a whopping 637,500. This is definitely one of the more expensive harvesters in the game, but it is a very nice piece of kit. We also have a couple of 3-point mounted pallet forks, one which is just standard mounts on the 3-point, and one which is very nice in that it has a full lifting setup and folds up. I like this a lot, and I think this is going to be something that I end up using in either my playthrough on my map, on this map, or on the realism experiment that we have restarting next week. And then we've got a vegetable pallet as well. I'm going to try filling this up in this video and seeing if we can fill this directly from the field. I think it would be very interesting to have a load of these vegetable pallets on the back of a flatbed trailer and see if you can load them from the harvester on the field. I think that would be a really cool way to go. In addition to the 37 pieces of equipment, we have a massive amount of new buildings and placeables that come with this DLC as well. We've got 9 new buildings. Several of these are in the sheds with a good array of new sheds in here. We've got 6 new sheds. We also have 3 new farmhouses as well, including this really lovely starting farmhouse. Absolutely beautiful here. Although, looking at this, I'm not sure. No, in fact, yeah, that's this one here, I think. So if I spin this around, yeah, you can see that that is that farmhouse here. 135,000 is really reasonable for a farmhouse. We got several new productions as well. We've got an array of new factories here that all fit on this map, along with a new selling point as well in the piano manufacturer. And we have a couple of new animal pens as well. We've got a new pig pen here for 44,000. So that is quite a nice pig pen there. We also have 2 new chicken pens, which again, I really love these. I think these are great buildings to have in here. And at only 25 and 30,000, holding 20 chickens each. I really like those too. The other thing this expansion brings to it is a huge array of new decorative objects. So going along to the end of the fences here, there is a massive number of new fence options that are added, so you can nicely surround your farm with some new fences to keep anybody out you want. And there are a lot of very nice options here. Some really pretty expensive looking walls, right down to some older run down fences are available to put around your farm. There's also an array of new lights in here too, and we've got several new new old sheds that can be here as well. These are some nice garages to put in here too. And then finally, under the trees, we have got 20 new trees that come with this expansion. Old aspens and beeches and oaks are added in here. Really nice to see some oaks added in. These will be brilliant for use on British maps. A good oak tree is something that we like to have in a British map from time to time. We also have a good array of new bushes as well. We've got 11 new bushes that are added with this premium expansion, including some new grasses and things. So there are grasses and bushes that are specific to this expansion that are really nice. And yeah, I like that we've got some updated bits and pieces from those as well. So we've got a huge array of stuff in this DLC. Really good additions. Now, what it does add as well is a new setup to fields, and I'm going to show you this in this piece of equipment here. So this is a ridger. This is something that gives, I believe it gives you a level of fertilization on your fields when you're planting new vegetables. So we'll start this up. Start up the ridger itself, and I'm just going to pull a line of ridges here because this is probably my favorite feature in this expansion. As it comes down here and as it ridges, this is the most amazing new ridge texture that comes with this expansion. The 3D look of this is absolutely incredible. If I didn't know that this was a flat texture and I wasn't coming to the very ends here, but even there, that still looks so much like this is a raised piece of land, that it's actually been altered, and that we've actually got deformable terrain. That is absolutely credible, and it does bring me back to the whole thing of, I still don't think Farm Sim needs deformable terrain when it is doing textures like this. These are utterly beautiful, and I have no idea, actually, I haven't tried this yet, and we will try this in the live streams over the weekend, whether we're able to plant potatoes in these ridges, because this ridger is just doing an absolutely fantastic job of this, and I'm hoping that we get ridges like this for the potatoes as well, because they are absolutely fantastic. And of course, once we have ridged our field, we then want to get it planted. So I have the 180 version of this tractor set up with a planter on it. We are currently planting the red beets, so I'm going to put those into this field and put them down. And yeah, you can see them going into the ground, but not showing much more than that. We get a color change to show where has been planted rather than anything else, and it goes along here rather nicely. I can feel the tractor being held in the ridges as well, which again is a very cool feature. It's very nice to see that kind of setup on here. Now these ridges, I haven't tried them at lots of odd angles. Again, that is something that we will be testing out as we go on, but I do like them. I like them a lot on here. It's just looking absolutely beautiful. Of course, once you have got the crops planted and you've given them some time to grow, you get this really nice texture here. This is carrots, and I very much like the way these carrots row up. It's a really good looking setup. I've got this one set on a hired worker because I have discovered that this harvester here, in fact, if we jump into it, it has no storage of its own at all. So this is like a forage wagon. You will need to empty this as you go, otherwise it is just going to lose the crop. So I've got this on a hired worker, and we're going to get into the Fiat tractor ourselves and just empty into this class trailer. You can see the carrots going up the top. It defoliates them, and in they go to the trailer. Very nice carrot texture going into this as well, and this machine works really nicely. I do have some concerns with harvesting the rest of this field and having the crop destruction on. Are you going to be able to get the whole way through a field without destroying crop all the time? I need to go and have a look at exactly how this kind of stuff gets harvested in real life. So let's head into here and see if we destroy the crop as we're driving. And no, we don't. So just to confirm that driving through this, the harvester is not going to destroy crop, which is excellent. That is going to make these fields very harvestable and very doable on every set of this. Fantastic. This is really, really cool, and everything is going to work very nicely. In fact, you can sit your tractor nicely between the rows like this, harvest away, and get your crops in. I love this. We are going to be doing a whole load of this type of harvesting with this DLC, and it's looking really well polished. It's looking really well done. I can't wait to get my teeth into this further. So there we have it, a brief introduction and first look at the premium expansion for Farming Simulator 22. We are going to be taking a much deeper dive into this over the next 3 nights in my live streams. So I will be live from 8:30 p.m. having a deeper look into all this. Also, keep an eye out for my first look at the Zolonka map that comes with this expansion as well. We're going to have a drive around and explore all the various parts of it. And my new series on here will start from Sunday. So lots of stuff with the Premium Edition coming over the next few days. For now, I'm going to leave this here, which means all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.